Greetings everyone, this is Jar Citizen Gamer once again with Lightning Dragon, my bastion of common sense, for this week's BlastCast. Going to try to keep this one somewhat short as my render program likes to go ahead and die on me when I make videos too long, or at least a 16-hour video project ensues. Just a quick update here. I purchased a very nice headset, so hopefully I can start doing some in-game live reactions to new games when they come out without having the current tinny sound that my current headset provides. Right now, for this particular podcast, I've been using a snowball mic. It seems to be working pretty good, but what I picked up sounds really good, and I'm hoping it works out really well. Also, as well, we're looking at doing something. I haven't really come up with a title yet, so right now we're kind of calling it Random Cast. There's a lot of times that Lightning Dragon and I talk about things as we're playing other games. It could be about anything. And what I was thinking is a lot of those conversations actually get really in-depth about things in the gaming community and not necessarily Star Citizen related, though often, and other things. And I thought, man, maybe it'd be nice if I recorded some of these and put them up. But I'm waiting on that until I get the better headset because, well, you've heard my headset probably in some of the other videos, and it is atrocious, and it's probably something that I just don't want to subject you to. So, anyway, let's get into the conversation a little bit today. What we had covered here last week was some just more gameplay elements. We were interested in talking about stepping stones. Some information came out about what's coming out in 2.4, and I want to kind of discuss those a little bit. And kind of just a little bit of speculation, because some things might lead into other things just logically. And let's get into that real quick. The first thing is that there's going to be some persistence in 2.4. I think all of us are aware of that. But that can include damage states, crime status, UEC, kind of a test money base, and shopping for items. And this is, of course, going to include clothing and things like that you can actually buy by doing missions in the persistent universe for the first time.
And my biggest hope is that we have persistence on our weapons. Like if we kit out our ship and we pull it into the persistent universe, it has our kit. You don't have to, go through some backdoor weird program to get your equipment on, in the persistent universe.
Yeah, I agree. I really think that's going to be part of it. To me, it makes a lot of sense. I don't see why they wouldn't. And that goes along to, another beautiful piece of information we had talked a lot about last week. We said we really are not fans of the holotable. Well, I could play Ode to Joy right here because the holotable is going away for a while. In fact, you're going to be using your Moby Glass to set up all your ship's equipment, and that's going to be, I feel, a lot better because you're going to be using a 2D interface, slightly transparent, but there's a lot of games that do that. To not only set up what your ship has in the persistent universe and also in your hangar, but in your hangar, you can move your ships around, you can move your hangar flare around within reason. You can't stick a fish tank on a wall, but basically, that'd be really cool. Hang it from the ceiling or something, turn it upside down, confuse the fish. But the thing is that, so you can be in your hangar and then move things around. So no more needing to go directly to the website and play around with that. And to me, that's just awesome because I really don't like having to log out of the game if I forget to put a ship in the hangar or whatnot, and then having to move it around the website, then log back into the game. It's a little obnoxious, but this should just be a great step forward. And hopefully as now that long time ago they mentioned they wanted to let us invite friends into our hangar. Something we're still waiting for.
Oh, what? That's going to be a thing now? It's been so long, I'd totally forgotten all about it.
Oh no, it's not going to be a thing now. But the fact that you can do modifications in the hangar, that kind of shows me that they might be moving closer to that. Because some people, well, let's face it, not everyone has the best PC right now, or the game isn't optimized. So you may just want to show one ship in your hangar to up the frame rate, but your friend, say that you do an invite and you get a friend in your hangar and you say, okay, well, I want to see this ship, and you can just swap the ship out. It'll load it up right in front of you. you can save your frame rate. I think that's a great thing. I'm really looking forward to something like that if they implement those two things together. Once again, that's more speculation. They talked about inviting your friends a long time ago,
That was
and
supposed to be the first step of the PU, and then all of a sudden it's
mhm.
like, hey, here's the PU, and it's like, holy shit. I mean,
Well, yeah,
don't get me wrong, we were all happy for it,
yeah.
but it was like they skipped a step here.
Well, actually the first step was supposed to be we got the Crusader. I mean, not Crusader. We got the Arc Corp.
Yeah, which was the official social module.
Yeah, and but that came out. I was surprised that came out before the idea of inviting friends to your hangar. And the reason I like that idea, especially for YouTubers and whatnot, is when we're doing like ship reviews or hey, look at this ship. I thought how cool would it be to have a friend there and you could go ahead and do that reaction or discuss it live while looking at the same thing at the same time.
As opposed to like you share screen program or streaming it and having them with up to a minute delay of the video.
Yeah. So here's hoping for that. And so there's also going to be some fixes to the way that ships fly. It looks like now they haven't been specific on that. Is that going to be a change in the flight model? Is that going to be a change to individual ships? That makes me wonder if they're going to be finally getting those components into the game and moving away from those XML files. If that's the case, I would imagine that's why they're describing that, you're going to see a change in how these ships fly. Because we
Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself here. It's not all the ships are going to change. We've redesigned the Hornet. It has 16 guns now, and it can fire them forever because the piping systems are now in. But only on the Hornet, because the Hornet's the only ship that gets any updates.
and it comes with a built-in death blossom. And so yeah, also as well, the Starfarer appears that they're going to make that's going to be flyable. I want to fly it, but I can't even fathom without having NPCs to run the guns. You're going to have to get like a full group because you got the turret in the top, 2 turrets in the back. So you're going to need at least
they're actual jump-in turrets.
Yeah, you're going to need at least 4 people to run that effectively. And
getting 4 people on at the same time is hard enough as it is.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it'll be fun to take it out. It'll be interesting to see if it doesn't like fly too quickly or whatnot. As I said, I still think
we'll just take it on and we'll do a ramming speed mission.
Oh
because the turret mechanics are just garbage right now. So the best thing we can hope for is just to smash into all the Hornets, or not the Hornets, the Auroras that just
Hornets.
stop. they just sit there and park on you because that's one of their maneuvers they've learned is to stop all movement at the what is it, instantly. Basically, they don't like have to thrust down. They're just parked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still think we need to do that. My idea of having a Shipwreck up derby, and I think if you can get on my brother's account and you can grab his Starfarer, we can have the first Starfarer wreck up derby, and just kind of test that damage engine. I really want to see how badly we can just demolish that thing. Or, if you really want to be a dick, you can go ahead and just fly it as close as you can to the deck and just plow through every ship you can. But
yeah, there you go.
I guess that's the way to do it. But I don't like trolling people too. I don't like trolling people.
I'll troll them for you.
No, that's your thing. That's not me. I'm not here to ruin the game. I'm just here to ruin their game, quote unquote. Some people, and so yeah. So there's not a lot going on, and in Star Citizen, we're still all waiting with bated breath for this release. And technically now they're kind of a month behind on this patch.
I was thinking about that. The only thing I can think of that would explain this is if they meant doing a patch a month. Well, technically there was a patch, but it went to the test server. So technically there was a patch last month. Is that what they meant? That they're going to do something every month? But not all of us get to play it.
2.4 hasn't gone to the test server though. I mean, if it has, it's gone to that private group.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, are they going to push back the 2.4 to just go for 2.5? Or, I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems like I kind of expected the release to happen on the 3rd or 4th week, at least to the PTU. But to now be into the first week of the next month and still not have it on the PTU.
Yeah, and let's see, in like a week from today as of recording, on the 9th, I believe it is, Stellaris is going to come out, and then Is it June 16th or something? Let me pull up Steam really quick so I can get an exact
You're
day
talking about
here.
No Man's Sky.
Yes, I am. I'm
And
just
I
trying to
will be
figure out the
covering that.
release.
I
Yeah,
will be covering that on this channel. I've already pre-purchased it.
June
And
21st.
June 21st, so it's still a little
So, I
ways
mean,
away.
there's a lot of interesting space games coming out, not to mention the space games that already exist right now. I mean, I've been a big supporter for Star Citizen. I mean, I've put more than I want to say on the camera here, technically, for how much
Me
money I put into the
too.
game. And you've probably doubled what I've put into it. But
Doubled?
at least
I think you're gonna have to multiply that by like 10.
I've put a lot of money into it, dude. I think you underestimate how expensive some of the ships I have are. But anyway, you know,
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
just want to see
Maybe
them
5.
do something.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, this persistence is by far the most important thing that's happened to the game pretty much ever. Because the idea that I can log in, I can do some missions, I can build up some money, and that money can be used towards equipment. That is a sense of progression. Now, even if they reset it several times because of testing and setting balancing, that's progression, and we can all get behind that. I can get out of that game and play it for half an hour, make a little bit of money, log out, go to my job or whatever, come back in and keep going. And to me, progression is so important to really maintaining that desire to play the game. You go back in, like right now, you're just resetting comm arrays and you're doing the rescue things and occasionally hunting down a player pirate, which is fine. But without having that persistence, after a while, it does get tedious, and that's just the nature of a game right now. It doesn't have a lot of content, and
Testing.
yeah, testing. You're just basically testing the mechanics, but. So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say this week, so don't want to bury you guys in a lot of stuff. I don't like making videos if I don't have a lot to say. During the week, I just want to like fill your inbox. I'm sure you guys got much more interesting things to listen to and watch during the course of the week. Lord knows I do. Um, so anyway, basically, as I said, we're gonna No Man's Sky comes out with my new headset. Should be really clear. I'm gonna do a walkthrough on that, and I might do some other walkthroughs and other games with Lightning Dragon here. And we might looking at a second podcast, something like Random Cast or something, just whatever we feel like kind of doing that day and playing that day, and whatever we feel like talking about that day. So no real theme, no real focus. Just I don't know what's the best way I can describe it. It's just random. So
They just kind of, like let's say we played a game for like an hour or two, right? And we record the whole thing. We just kind of, depending on how in depth our conversation goes, you might like chop it in half or
yeah. Oh
whatever, or like cut out like, oh, in the middle here we had this really interesting conversation, and you'll just kind of get some stuff that we were doing, just kind of bring in more content. And if you guys enjoy listening to us ramble on, then more stuff is always good, I guess.
yeah, and if you're interested in us doing this, let us know down in the comments below because I'm very interested in doing that. For me, I think some of the conversations we get into about the gaming industry, about other games in general, mechanics, everything, those can be pretty detailed. We really get into it sometimes, and sometimes we get into a little bit of arguments, which might be good. So, entertainment. So anyway, guys, kind of a short BlastCast this week, but as I said, there's not much to talk
Nothing new
about.
going on.
Yeah, it's like we're in the middle of a sea, sailing a ship, and there's no wind, so there's not much to say. Anyway, guys, thanks again for listening. We'll go ahead and catch you next week. Hopefully next week there's a lot more to talk about, but I'm sure you got other things to listen to. So thanks for listening tonight, and have a great week, okay?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.